United fans, let's talk about Amorim. Let's get into it. So look, obviously I'm filming this after what was a dreadful European final. Like, on a level, this was one of the worst matches of football. Not just a final, not just a European final, just one of the worst matches of football that I think I've watched. And look, I'm not saying that to stick the boot in. I actually, as an Arsenal fan, was rooting for you guys, as crazy as it sounds, but I'd rather United would have won this game over Spurs, basically. But that performance right there, it's worrying. It is very worrying, because I think this was something that he was banking on, the club was banking on, and look, it would have got you in the Champions League, and there's financial implications now for you not achieving what you set out to achieve here. Because when we look at your league form in terms of where Amorim took over, Sky Sports produced this graphic. At least that's what I believe to be the case. I don't know whether this was someone else creating it. But you look at the stats here, and Gary Neville's time at Valencia has slightly better metrics than Amorim's time at United. That is a very worrying statistic to be looking at when you talk about the league. And another comparison that Opta made was the fact that in terms of points per game, Amorim's time at United is worse than that across the amount of games that he's played or had with United than that of Paul Jewell's Derby, which is regarded as the worst Premier League campaign that we've seen in the Premier League era. And the thing is, the tactics last night just didn't work. It took till the 70th minute for him to make any changes, and that was bringing Garnacho on and Xerxes, who Garnacho was very dangerous when he came on. But the fact of the matter is, he waited far too little, far too late to make those changes, to make a difference in the final. And I put this on screen because this was something that I was talking about months ago with Amorim, which was, at the time, I was saying to United fans that you should back him. But I did say that he needs to be careful not to be too rigid with his philosophy, because you don't have the players to necessarily pull it off. So you might have to adapt, and he hasn't. Couple that with comments like this, we're the worst United team in history, that's worrying as well. And the reason why it's worrying is because of the fact that you're going into a game like this of the Europa League, and you're going in with a defeatist mindset. So you're telling your players they're no good. You're playing tactics that they can't necessarily pull off. What did you expect? Personally, I think this is a massive failure for Amorim, and United might be looking at, changing managers yet again. But look, these are just my opinions on what is a very bad situation at United. I want to know what you think. What do you think United should do with this guy? Should they keep him? Should they lose him? Let me know in the comments.